Alright, well, it's time to switch lanes. I know I already released a video today, and it's interesting that it is now time for me to put on my indicator and switch lanes because Hazel E's forehead is serving me yellow brick road teas.
I'm the librarian, and I came to read.
So here I am, just minding my own business because it seems every single time that I have to turn on my camera, it seems like it comes from me minding my own goddamn business. And honestly, I wouldn't have to turn on my camera so much if some of your faves, if some of these would be celebrities, because I would say, E-list celebrity, but you have to be at least a celebrity in order for that to happen. Not release these whack-ass, weak-ass mixtapes and, flopping-ass albums that I haven't heard of. I don't understand how all these people on Love and Hip Hop are supposed to be these moguls, are supposed to be these names in hip hop. You're trying to give me household names when you can barely give me doghouse names. You see what I'm saying? I'm really trying to understand why some of these people have a TV show and I haven't heard not Naya single, I haven't heard not Naya album, nothing on the airwaves. I've only heard some sound waves and even those have been very particularly weak. So I don't see how you guys can call yourselves stars when there's nothing shining about you. There's nothing blinking, twinkling, nothing going on. You know what I mean? Maybe if you're supposed, maybe a star if we're talking about science, maybe a white dwarf or something that barely has life left. If we're talking about stars, maybe a dead one, and that's why you're serving me all types of black hole because you went supernova, but you immediately turned into a black hole and started sucking the life out of everything that's close to you, sweetie. Hazel E, I haven't even said your name. Let me say your name. Hazel E, girl, we have a lot to discuss and I have a lot of reading to do because as you know, my name's the librarian, so I'm gonna need for your ass to check out a library book, pick up the book You Tried It, turn to chapter Girl No Ma'am, and page titled Colorism. And we're gonna get in on your ass this afternoon. And this is a really serious topic, but I don't understand why it usually be people who are built like brick and mortar that have so much to say, especially when it comes to colorism and dark-skinned women. It is the people who are shaped like, just tattered window blinds in the face. I'm talking about moldy bread, greasy sliding door. I wish I could spray some Windex on this forehead so I could rub a dub in a tub, maybe, I don't know, bubble, a bath bomb type of thing. I wish that I could offer you some type of clarity so you wouldn't hate yourself and your race so much, Hazel E. Let's dig into what you said, okay? Now, I'm just gonna read certain excerpts because some of this shit is really ridiculous. She talking about this raggedy, broke, black ass bitch gonna make up fake DMs about me and Rose. She's saying you took it too far. I'm tired of all these monkey looking dark butts coming from my pretty ass. Don't take your insecurities out on me. And then she said you and your faggot ass homeboy and your gay ass son gonna have to figure this industry out when I get done with you. It's not done yet. I see all you black ass bitches. This is what she said. I see all you black ass bitches that hate me. And fix the inside first and maybe all you hoes wouldn't be so mad. She said, sorry mom, you kept me away from these type of girls all my life. You said that they would hate me because I'm light skinned and you were right. And she proceeded to, in these captions, the pictures that she had were some dark-skinned woman, and I guess she decided to single out a specific shade of the spectrum, and maybe she thought she was maybe, that girl because she's light-skinned. Let me tell you something. Nobody, and I'm going to do a little bit of reading, a little bit more than usual because I want this to really stand out to you, Miss Hazel. Nobody is out here trying to be built like a rubber duck in the face. Let's get that very clear. Nobody is over here trying to look like a horrible episode of Botched. Let's get that very clear. Since you want to whip out some type of rubric, maybe a skin tone, are you trying to pass like a paper bag type of test, girl? I don't know, maybe you feel like just because you're in the house, you feel like you're that girl. Now, your mom was right in certain aspects. We do have a serious problem with colorism in our community. And it starts with white supremacy and racism, but we end up internalizing, a lot of black people end up internalizing this bullshit, and it shows this ugly head in colorism. So in a way, your mother was right, because oftentimes dark-skinned girls, they do devalue themselves, they do demonize themselves, and they think that, having lighter skin is just, the bee's A lot of them who have been damaged by white supremacy and internalized that bullshit do think that having lighter skin means, oh, you're that girl. It's something better. It's something to be jealous of. So maybe you have encountered certain people, maybe dark-skinned women, who are jealous of having light skin, okay? But what we need to understand is the root of that problem. It's people like you who are perpetuating the fact that, you know, you said they're built like monkeys. You said they're monkeys, okay? So I don't understand. It's that type of rhetoric that keeps girls with dark skin, it keeps their self-esteem so low that they would disservice themselves by even being jealous of anything that you have or any characteristic that you have. Do you see what I'm saying? So maybe in a sense your mother is right in that aspect, but what's wrong, what's completely wrong is these railroad tractor trailer built ass teeth that you have the nerve to be showing us every moment of the day. What's really disturbing to me, what's even more disturbing to me than that is your mindset. For you to be a whole ass black woman and trying to drag other black women based off of their skin tone or skin color, it's laughable. A kiki, a ka bitch. But let me tell you something, I'm about to kamehameha on your ass. Okay? I mean, and I'm all for a good dragging, obviously, because I'm getting in on your Mr. Incredible built ass chin, you know what I mean? I'm getting in on that lockjaw. Of course, I love a good dragging, sis, but I'm not going to simply drag your ass for being a black woman. I'm not going to get on here and drag your skin tone. I'm not getting on here and dragging the fact that your ass is a black woman when there are millions of young girls, young black women who are looking up, sadly, to your ass and to other people who are on this show. You know, they've already been growing up in a society that almost forces them to hate the color of their own skin and view things in hierarchies and shit like that. Here you come not making that shit any better. I mean, out of all the shit that we have to talk about, I mean, right now we're having an interesting conversation about sexual abuse and sexual assault and shit with the Me Too movement, which was started years ago by Tarana Burke, I think her name is. I mean, we have a bunch of bullshit going on in the White House. We have bigotry everywhere we turn. We have racism everywhere. In every move that we make, we see it in our daily lives, and here your ass comes perpetuating it. I mean, as I said earlier, we have bigger fish to fry. We have other things to talk about. Girl, if you're gonna drag someone, drag them for them flop ass sales. You know what I mean? Come out here and drag them for their tired ass wig. You know what I mean? Do something that does not involve degrading not only every other dark-skinned woman in the goddamn universe, but you yourself. I don't understand why you think that dragging black people for being black just because they might not be your shade of black won't eventually come around to affecting your ass. You see what I'm saying? Bitch, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite. And you should know this because every time that you look in the mirror, you should see, you know, it. You should see a clown. You should see the tragedy that, you know, a lot of people try to pass off as comedy. I'm not buying it. I'm not here for it. And neither is anyone here for your musical ass career, if we can call it a fucking career. If you don't sit your ass down somewhere and then for your ass to go ahead and use homophobia as well, girl, and then call somebody son gay and shit like that, I'm not here for none of this shit. But the anti-blackness that I see in Hazel is something that I see across the board when it comes to certain black people. And what I mean by that is I'm sick and tired of us, a lot of us, separating ourselves on some benchmarks, on some rubrics that the white man gave to us, okay? I don't understand what this inherent thing is, because you feel like you have lighter skin, you feel like you're better than everybody because of it. You feel like you're better than the black bitches or the monkey bitches that you are over here trying to drag. And it's like, no sis, just because you have light skin does not give you like this get out of jail free card, sis. I'm not sure what type of brainwashing you've been through. Maybe it's the same type of tired ass washing that you use on your wigs, but either way, both of those types of washing are not beneficial to anyone in any way, shape, or form. I mean, it's easy to go for the most problematic drags. I mean, it's so easy. If you think you're that girl, if you think you really know how to read down, if you think you really know how to set someone straight, girl, going for the most problematic ass drags does not make you creative. You know, it doesn't make you creative. What makes someone creative is saying, you know what I mean, I felt like I was at Gucci Mane's wedding whenever I looked at your face because your nose was serving me church bell type of teeth. You see what I'm saying? You see how creative that shit was? Girl, if you claim that you're this intelligent girl, why are you going for the easiest, most problematic ass reads? Girl, think of something. Think of something. If you really want to drag a bitch, if you really want to drag, think of something that will make them pause and be like, oh girl, Okay, sis, not the most expected read. Don't come up with the most expected read, girl. That shit's so trash. Especially if you know the cost of it. That's why I don't like when Kaya was talking about Gabrielle Union and her problems getting pregnant and shit. I don't like that shit. I don't like when Nene ass got up there talking about, oh, well, girl, I hope somebody rapes you in your goddamn Uber. Those are not creative reads to me. And if you're on a comedy tour, you need to be doing better than that. You need to be showing me that you can come up with some shit like that is sickening, that is not problematic, and that might take someone else a minute to even think of in the first place, girl. That to me shows that you're truly able to reach somebody, not these low-hanging fruit that y'all ass going for, girl. You're not that special to me, girl. The slave master who was over your motherfucking ancestors could have thought of that shit. You ain't special. You ain't smart, bitch. Think of something else. I think we as a whole need to start working on eliminating some of these things from our vocabulary. I think it would be in our best interest to go ahead and try to abandon some of these Eurocentric bullshits, some of these shits that we got from white supremacy. It would be in our best interest to start abandoning the oppressive natures of some of the shit that we be saying. And if we want freedom from white supremacy, freedom from trash ass oppression and bigotry, we also need to make sure that we're not taking anything from our oppressors and implementing them in our lives, implementing them in our family lives, even in our interactions with our family, like, oh, you can't run outside for too long because you get too dark. You know what I mean? We have to make sure that we are doing those things because there's such thing called Stockholm Syndrome, girls, and look that up. And what that is, it's like feelings of affection when it comes to your captor, when it comes to your oppressor, you end up feeling, girl, you're happy to be held captive. We don't want to slide back like some of these people, like some of these slaves were sliding back to oppression because that's the only thing that they knew. And Harriet Tubman was just like, girl, no ma'am, you gonna get shot up today because you ain't gonna give away our position. You see what I'm saying? If we really want to get rid of all this bullshit, we need to make sure we need to have a conscious effort to not bring that bullshit in our homes. And I know we've been brainwashed a lot of times and society keeps pounding us in the motherfucking mind, but we have to make a conscious effort to do what we can to keep all this bullshit out of our homes and out of our conversations and out of our vocabulary, because that will be our downfall, girl. So Hazel E, I want you to take the same vigor and enthusiasm that you have for dragging black women because they have darker skin. I want you to take that same power and energy and apply it to your musical career, whatever the hell you have going on, so that maybe I can hear your ass on the radio for once. I want you to take this hatred that you have for darker skin and your own race, I want you to turn that into some type of productive energy, because right now it's potential energy. I want you to change that to kinetic energy. Get some of these albums and mixtapes to move that your ass has out here, okay? I want it to be kinetic. Get some of these contracts to be signed, bitch, but I want you to read them first. I want you to actually make strides in your career. That would be in your best interest right now, as opposed to dragging anybody for their skin color, okay, sis? Go to an award show, sweetheart. Get an award. Even if it's a Kids' Choice Award, maybe even a Streamy Award. Get something, do something, be something for once in your miserable life, please. And unlearn all of this bullshit that you've been taught and that has been passed down and the shit that you've been brainwashed with, okay? And if you don't stop looking like a game of operation, I'm going to call the doctor to do a checkup on your ass, okay? Have a good goddamn evening.